Oh shit. Nah, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay, okay. What's good? What's up? What? Yup. Let me see this. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Alright. Cool. Go. Yup, let's go. Let's do it.
So a couple of days ago, I was scrolling through Instagram and I found this meme that was saying like me after spending 10 hours on a mix for it not sounding good. And you know, like people were finding it funny and stuff. So I mean, yeah, it's pretty like crazy to spend 10 hours on a mix and not having it sound good and stuff. But
Facts.
the thing is, how the fuck do you find that relatable? So
How the fuck do you find that funny? And
it's the
that's the
whole
whole
reason
reason
why I
why I
wanted
wanted
to
to
make
make
this
this
video.
video.
Is
It's
because
because
I
I
feel
feel
like
like
most
most.
producers are cooked. I feel like they're self-sabotaging their whole career. So let me explain. We work in a creative space where majority of our work is related to actually making the music, because that's the product that we're selling. So if we wanna produce a song, if we wanna sell a lease, whatever we wanna do, we still gotta first have a product. So it's normal for us to spend time actually creating it, right? So making the music, that's actually the fun part because it's what we like doing. So it's also normal to spend a lot of time of our day doing that. You probably already listened to people saying, why is it so hard to make a living in the music space? Because there's label underpaying us, artists most of the times are jacking our beats. I mean, now AI is also kind of like getting out of hand, so maybe that might be a problem in the future. I don't know. I don't want to be tragic, but the thing is, there are already like the technical things that are hard about our job that make it hard for us to get paid. And that's one thing, but the reason why I say we self-sabotage our career, and I say us because I used to do that too. I mean, I'm not talking as a perfect human, someone who's just judging others, because I sometimes still do that. Once you see a meme like this, like of course it's funny, but it also kind of makes you think. It's concerning how it's normalized right now.
What's good, y'all? Music producers are cooked in 2025. Wonder what homie's saying this. What's homie Danielle? What? Danielle Danielle Pirisi. I wonder why, buddy.
Now to spend like 10 hours on a beat, or maybe like spending even 10 hours just making music. Of course it's fun. Like me myself, I could actually get in a session of 10 hours and not really think about it, because
First questions first, man. Like, why are we trying to scale the, you know, what? Because at the end of the day, you do have to worry about, you know what I'm saying, the quality that you're putting up, you know. So, with that being said, it's like if it takes you 10 hours to, get to where, what I'm saying, like the standard that your sound has to get to, take your 10 hours, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like it's the saturation of the production of things. You feel what I'm saying? Especially within this day and age where, the production of, we have advanced tools, technology, things like this to, over uh uh overproduce, like in terms of the pace. You know what I mean? Just run as fast as humankind has ever ran in terms of production pace. You know what I mean? By whatever means that it's done, but it's like it's really fast. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like now you know you trying to get yourself on the same kind of motion. It's risky. You feel me? It's risky because now, I mean, it could work. I feel like depending on the intention, it could work. But if we really still do care about like the quality of the thing, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not even talking about quality in terms of like the uniqueness and what you was able to put together. I'm talking about the competing kind of quality. Here's another thing though. I think, you know, the premise of the video that Danielle just made right here, I feel like it points out the fact that we do live in a time where it's a reality that, you know what I'm saying, you can just like produce things, you know what I mean, like you can mass produce things, keep cranking something out, you know what I mean, and have that be a sustainable reason of why you still keep doing what you're doing. You understand what I'm saying? So number one, this quality talk, you know what I'm saying, like whatever value that you put on your product. It's actually subjective. You know what I mean? It is. And so therefore, I feel like even the time put into it, dog. You feel what I'm saying? Being, I don't know, doubting yourself because you cannot produce at like a quicker rate. As I said, man, it's risky, dog. It's risky territory. Don't trap yourself in that. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't want you to trap yourself.
Because we
Honestly.
like doing it, but we can't
Why do you like
normalize
doing
it.
it?
And then we can, most
crazy.
of all,
Stop doing
complain that we're not making money from our music. And this actually goes to, we don't know how to put high leverage activities in order. A high leverage activity for me is something that is the first thing you should put your focus and attention into to actually get you closer to your big goal, to your path, right, that you gotta follow. Let's say you want a major placement. Your highest leverage activity is actually sending out loops to producers, managers, A&Rs, whoever you're working with to actually get that major placement. It's not even making the loops. So you understand what I'm saying here, because of course you gotta have the product, but what is actually gonna get you the placement? It's sending out whatever you have, right? So that's the highest leverage activity. I'm done of just like putting everything on labels or artists stealing our work. Because come on, like that's part of our job. Like it or not, like we could even make another video about it, but that's not the point of this. So that was one thing that I wanted to talk about. And second thing, and this is also what is making it hard for me right now, is the third-party software that we use and the environment that we're in is not making it easy either for us to get the high leverage activities done in the best way possible, in the fastest way possible. For example,
but I feel like we are getting into a time where that may just be a problem that becomes solved really soon, because that is a gap. Actually, you pointing out a gap that people could like take advantage of. You know what I'm saying? Like the right minds can really take advantage of this and just like cut down that whole, because I feel like it's the whole, why must it take so much for me to, get on my high leverage activities? You know what I'm saying? Whereas, I'm supposed to move at a quicker rate. But then again, think about it. You're supposed to move at a quicker rate based off of just like how you compare yourself to how other motherfuckers is moving in that industry. But then again, it's like, you know what I'm saying? You could be moving way different than somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And just off of that virtue alone, it's like, maybe do deal with that. I feel like falling in love with the process. You know what I'm saying? Falling in love with the process makes all of these kind of questions like kind of irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like with regards to, its relevance being a stumbling block, the relevancy of, you having to put so much effort to get to a certain position. Like that's like a stumbling block. Try not think that way, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? Whereas take whatever is hard, fall in love with it. You know what I mean? And I feel like falling in love with that, okay, cool. It's easier said than done. It's mad cliche, blah, blah, blah. But, I feel like just making it second nature. Let me put it in that way. Make it second nature. Make your body used to it enough so that it's not a thing for you to, get at your high level activity in the way that you already do.
Me, when I was starting out my Type Beat channel, which is actually the one that got me all of the placement, made me able to grow my person.
That's another thing, bro. Type beats, bro. Type beats, bro. You're actually smarter than like what I expected to hear, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Brand. The whole process of actually like uploading a beat to YouTube and getting it ready to sell was taking like 20 minutes, which you might say is not a lot of time, but if you think about it, doing it every day just for the sick purpose of putting it online, that's quite a lot of time. Because I was using a lot of third-party softwares, like first of all FL Studio to actually export the beat.
But then here's another thing though. I feel like there's the producer's pride, right? Get a producer's pride. A motherfucker then, put all the time, bro, and effort into just learning DAWs like FL. You know what I'm saying? That's the most regular one. DAWs like Cubase, DAWs like, Logic, whatever the case. I'm saying Fruity Loops, Pro Tools, etc., right? And then obviously, the skill, that's developed there takes really such a long time, a whole lot of effort, etc., etc. And then now you get like new technologies like GarageBand, you know, phone applications, shit that you can get on mobile, and really go crazy in terms of making the same kind of production. You know what I'm saying? Not the same though, because when we talking details, that's where a mind that's you, or a producer that's used to, you know, Cubase or Pro Tools, for example. When we talk about details, the details from that kind of production versus a production that's produced off of mobile, right? Right now, in today's day and age, 2025, because even these mobile apps, you know what I'm saying? Mobile, you know, recording apps, vocal recording apps, music production apps, they can't even get better, even with just the detailing of production. You know what I'm saying? As we move along. But today, 2025, feel me? You compare the two lanes, you compare the two worlds, and then you could see the frustration of somebody like Daniel be like, what the I'm saying, it takes so much effort, blah blah, because of the fact that there's such, you know, a whole lot of work that's just mass produced with just like little time, little effort. You know what I'm saying? So, but I feel like, bro, the skill you have is still just like superior, bro. Like, huh? Yeah, I ain't.
With the plugin Z Game Visualizer, the FL Studio process is slow as fuck, and I was using it
It's
just
slow,
because
okay. I feel like, yo, FL and all these other programs too. I feel like getting with the program in a sense where you can make, you know, the functionalities of y'all programs or y'all apps real smoother, like quicker, simpler. You know what I'm saying? Make y'all FL. I'm talking about the creators of FL. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they gotta make they FL functional on mobile. Yeah, get it on the phone, bro. Like, and you know what I mean? You know, say maybe the functionality on the phone, maybe the details might be, you know what I'm saying, the nuance of how you can really dive in and tweak the details might be, you know, a little bit maybe different from mobile. But in terms of production, like just efficiency in terms of time, you know, killing time while producing a whole lot. You know what I mean? Make something like that and compete on you know, mobile side of things. I feel like that would be something to do. Like there's a demand for that shit. I'm not gonna lie.
put some effects on my videos to make it more like engaging. You could use an editing software, but it's probably gonna take the same time. And then you had to upload it to third-party beat stores. Then once the video was done, manually upload it to YouTube, setting up tags, descriptions, like all the SEO score stuff about it, coming up with the name, choosing the
Yeah. And now imagine all of that with the saturation of the amount of type beats that get dropped, you know, a day even. You know what I'm saying? An hour. And now on top of that, we're talking about the number of producers that be doing this, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a crazy game. It's a crazy field to play, but come on, there's ways around shit, bro. Come on,
thumbnail.
bro.
It's a fucking headache. On top of that, there's third-party beat stores, as I said, that are taking percentages from our work, which is insane.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's really annoying. So not only is it hard to get a beat out there, it's also hard to monetize it because people are taking always some cuts from us. And that's not really how it should be, because it's only making it harder for us to make a living of this. So yeah, music producers do have a problem with mismanagement of time. And it's not just because of us. It's about everything that is in our environment and the softwares that we use that make it harder. And me, to be honest, I decided to actually make something about it, because there's really no way it should be that hard to actually fucking get a beat out there to be ready to listen.
Facts.
Getting it uploaded and actually ready to sell it with no commissions. Me and my team have started working on this software called typebeat.fun that automatically uploads your beat to YouTube and to a beat stores that takes no commissions from you, and everything is done in just a couple of minutes. That would have literally been my dream as I was starting out, because just in a couple of minutes I could have called it the day. And I could actually spend time on what is important to me, which is making the music, without me feeling guilty of not spending time into caring about my business.
Oh snap, look at this, 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 guys. Oh, look at that. This is atrocious work, by the way. My bad, I'm so sorry. This is not acceptable, bro. not on an official video that I'm recording, right? So let's quickly, you know what I'm saying, jump to the right stuff right quick. My bad, y'all, my bad. Bad, man, my bad. You know what I'm saying? How y'all feeling today, man? How y'all feeling?
So a couple of days ago, I was scrolling through
that?
Instagram and I found this meme
Man,
that
my
was saying
fault.
like, me after insane. Like, to me, that's real to make a living of this. So yeah, music producers do have a problem with mismanagement of time, and it's not just because of us. It's about everything that is in our environment and the softwares that we use that make it harder. And me, to be honest, I decided to actually make something about it, because there's
For
really
real?
no way it should be that hard to actually fucking get a beat out there to be ready to listen, getting it uploaded, and actually ready to sell it with no commissions. Me and my team have started working on this software called typebeat.fun that automatically uploads your beat to YouTube and to a beat stores that takes no commissions from you, and everything is done in just a couple of minutes. That would have literally been my dream as I was starting out, because just in a couple of minutes I could have called it the day, and I could actually spend time on what is important to me, which is making the music, without me feeling guilty of not spending time into caring about my business. Because this software already have done that for me. Is what I'm using right now for my second channels that I'm growing, and all of the students inside my program are starting to use it as well, and everybody has good things to say about it. Me in the first place, that's why I'm actually announcing it. And the thing I like about it is that it's a software that is made for producers by producers. So it's literally just me knowing what I go through and the difficult things that going through the process of uploading my beats and selling them, and actually making it easy for everyone. So it's not just something that a big corporation would make just to get money from us. It's looking like a solution to a problem I have me myself. I'll keep you guys updated with it because we're launching it very soon, so I really
I'm looking forward to it. Look, I feel like there's one thing that, you know, there's a big market open with this type beat stuff. Homie just mentioned some type beat, you know what I'm saying, ventures that he's on, trajectories that he's on. You feel me? I feel like there's a whole lot of these type beat producers, dog, and type beat work. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole lot of type work out here, bruh, and a lot less artists, like lyricists, hopping on this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I remember bumping into a homie. This was a while ago, dog. This was like a very long time ago. You know what I'm saying? But like, I bumped into a homie. He introduced me to the concept or the idea, because he saw I was jumping on a whole lot of type beats, dog. I jump on them shits no problem. You feel me? Because there's a whole lot of beautiful work out there. So, you know, there was this concept of just like leasing the beat, bruh. You can lease the beat. Once you've reached a certain goal, a certain amount of like streams, downloads, whatever, you know what I'm saying, you give up the license back to the owner, and then there you go. The beat goes on and does other things. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of thing. So that way multiple people can like just hop on it. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever with it. It's kind of like a thought. It's kind of like a you know, HOE that you can like just buy. You know what I'm saying? Just like you think go crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then the other guy can go crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? But on this kind of level, is like you can have different versions of something that was like probably produced on the same kind of beat, right? And then it could be like kind of song wars like that. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know, now you involve the community and engagement like that, where people could choose, you know, there could be like charts of the best versions of the song. You know what I'm saying? The best versions of, but then it could be all on that production. You know what I'm saying? Shining a light on the producer of that production. You know what I'm saying? Shining a light. Well, not shining a light, but kind of like it's a marketing strategy for the producer, because I feel like producers, they deserve this, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole lot, like it's a lane that people can jump on. You know what I'm saying? You have like all type of shit with this thing, dog. Because from that kind of vision, like I went on to expand my mind, mental horizon onto like what I could do with these kind of things, like with these kind of beats. You know what I'm saying? I can have like multiple lyrical content on like the same production, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And have, you know, our community, or, you know, my people who support like my work, people who support the producer's work, have them decide on what the best version of the thing is, you know what I'm saying? And then we go on and drop more exclusive content on that drop the video to that, tour that version, you know what I'm saying, whatever, and then link up with other lyricists and, you know, vocal content producers, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man, vocalists, in other words. Peep gang, do your homework, you know, collaborate with those guys, you feel me? Maybe they fucked with the verse on your version of the song, they fucked with the hook on my version of the song. We put those two elements together, we got the verse from your shit, we got the hook from my shit, you know, we got a production that the whole collective can mess with. Come on, bro. Like, at the same time, everybody eating, and at the same time, you know, well, this could happen on all the type beats, you know, not just one type beat. I'm just saying, like, if it happens that artists are attracted to the same type beat, then, you know, shit like leasing the beat could work, bro. If we trying to use the beat on some exclusive tip. But if not, I encourage free use of, you know, shit like type beats and blah blah, so that you can go on and promote other things that you got going on. You feel what I'm saying? That's another disclaimer I'd put to like type beat artists. If we were to ever make this a thing, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I need y'all help with this one, man. Drop a comment like in the comment section, dog. Tell me what you think it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I really think it could be something fun, man. You know what I'm saying? Open up the game on some shit. Open up, you know, the field on some shit. You feel me? Alright, cool. Back to the regularly scheduled program. Right? Oh my god, bruh. Now I gotta type this shit back up, bro, cause is it the VOD? Is it dot VOD? I'm saying, cause, you know, I done hopped on this. I done hopped on the premium account. Now I lost the posts that I'm reacting to. Forgive me, y'all. Quick little second, right? Quick little second. Come on. Making me look bad, making myself look bad in front of y'all good people, man. Come on. It's not the play. It's not the, you know what I'm saying? It's not the move shit. Facts. Now, what's this? This is the 1111? There's the channel called 1111? Oh shit, there we go. 1111, there you go. Why rappers can't sell concert tickets anymore. It is looking grim for artists, isn't it? It is looking grim for artists. Where producers is crying, rappers is crying. What's up?
Trippie Redd, DaBaby, and from Lil Baby, Lil Durk, Trippie Redd, DaBaby, and Ken Carson most recently, as well as Bobby Shmurda, who sold just 10 tickets per city. It feels like every month another mainstream
10?
rapper is quietly forced to cancel their shows and tour. But the question remains, why? How are some of the industry's hottest names struggling to sell tickets?
Why are y'all doing billions of streams and the tickets don't match?
Yeah.
Even stars with billions of streams aren't safe. Just last year, Playboi Carti abruptly canceled his entire Antagonist Arena tour out of nowhere. And while all rumors pointed to low ticket sales, the truth is actually deeper than you think. In a genre like hip-hop, containing the biggest egos on the planet, admitting that you can't sell your concert tickets is about the ultimate nightmare, especially when you're someone like DaBaby, who has even resorted to trying buy one get one free deals for his shows, only to still end up canceling. So what do rappers do instead? Well, almost every time you hear of a rapper cancel their tour, it will immediately be followed by a blatant lie.
What's good, guys? It's your boy T-Pain. How you doing? Got some news about the One Up DLC tour. I'm gonna take it upon myself to cancel the One Up DLC tour because it just would have been a bad look for me and it wouldn't have been entertaining for y'all. So now let me tell you, I was advised to lie about this and say that I needed some time or I needed some alone time or me time. And
W Pain, bruh. W Pain exposing the truth on some shit, bruh. That's crazy, though. Whoa, I feel like that's one thing we can all respect about T-Pain, bro. He always gonna keep it real, bro. He always gonna give you the real, he always gonna keep it 100, bro. So you can do nothing but respect that. Nigga said, man, they told me to lie.
Some shit like that, or you know, I needed time to spend with my family, or some medical attention or something like that. Just don't make it look like we f***ed up. We f***ed up. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, man. Most artists lie. Whenever concerts get canceled or tours get canceled, it's for low ticket sales. It ain't really about, you know, whatever the reason they say. And I think that's wrong. That's f***ed up.
About the only rapper in history to ever be honest about his flop and take responsibility is T-Pain. Going as far as to reveal
T-Pain, man, W Pain, nigga, damn. I mean, it's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy work. You feel me? For them, you know what I'm saying? Try and, you know, cap like that. That's crazy. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. It's disrespectful to the supporters. It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful to the culture. It's disrespectful, bro. It's fraudulent. Facts.
To us,
But, you know, big bro right here, you know what I'm saying? He keeping it at 100. Keeping it a buck eat. And that's all we need.
that he was advised by his team to lie and make up an excuse for his
That's
poor
crazy.
ticket sales.
But then why would he, like, is he, you know, he probably changed teams after this, right? Because you can't, like, rat on your team like this and then, you know, expect to be moving with the same team, like, on some, like, assault love. Like, some shit must have happened for him to, like, be this honest, bro, and be like, yo, nah, I'm gonna open up about this shit. Y'all tweet.
Which is, again,
Facts.
as I mentioned, what
Saying.
99% of rappers do.
Disappointing news for fans of Chance the Rapper. The Chicago artist
Horny
announced
news.
on Instagram that he is canceling his upcoming tour. He says he is going to take some time off to be with his family and make some new music.
Despite
That's
also
good.
running a 2-for-1 deal as well. When Chance the Rapper announced the cancellation of his Big Day tour back in 2019, as you can read from his old Instagram post, he claimed that it was too
I remember Big Day. Yo, Big Day, though. I remember Big Day. I just remember Big Day, the album just being cooked, bro. Nobody messed with it, bro. Golly, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I did. It was around the chance when I still, you know what I'm saying, would give Chance the Rapper a chance. You know what I'm saying? Unintended. Chance the Rapper a chance. But, you know, after that album, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I myself did tap out. I'm gonna admit it. I'm gonna keep it as a buck as, you know what I'm saying, T-Pain kept it, bro. Like, I you know what I'm saying? I done tapped out after the Big Day, bro. So I wouldn't even tell you how. But the singles that I would like hear, oh my god. It's one of those things that, you know what I'm saying, happened with A. Reese. You know, with Paradise 2. Paradise 2 was so underwhelming, dog. That shit was so underwhelming. And then that guy, like, pulled up with, like, singles afterwards. Well, you know what I'm saying? Niggas was just like, yo, why didn't you just, like, compile these singles and, like, make it, you know what I mean? The album. You feel me? But I guess, you know, with Chance the Rapper in his case right here, it's like, he had a whole intentional, you know what I'm saying, vision type. You know, intention with the Big Day. I mean, it was his big day. I think it was either shining a light on his marriage or was getting married. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff like that. But, you know what I'm saying, gang?
take time off to spend with family. However, according to a lawsuit filed by his
And I couldn't even be mad at that. I'm saying.
ex-manager a year later, it was instead terrible ticket sales that resulted in the tour being cancelled. But yet, as bad as his numbers were, Chance the Rapper's ticket sales were still way higher than Bobby Shmurda's. As his first tour following his long-awaited release from prison, Bobby Shmurda was set to embark on a 19-night concert run. That was, though,
Shmurfy.
until his booking agent came out to reveal that the number of 19 shows may have actually been higher than the total number of tickets. Full transparency, the tour was cancelled due to an average of 10 tickets sold per show, the booking agent clarified, not a lack of promotion. We ran ads and we have receipts. This wasn't about effort, it was about demand. Even continuing on to post proof of these diabolical sales, such as here, showing only 9 total tickets for his scheduled show in Washington, D.C.
Oh no! 9, buddy.
But although definitely not this embarrassingly low, as
That's
it turns
embarrassing.
out, low attendance was also the reason why Trippie Redd canceled his St. Michael
Creepy. Nah, Trip.
tour 2 years ago,
Nah,
despite trying
Trip,
to argue
bro.
this on his story.
Hey guys, just wanted to update you guys. So you guys have been talking about
Why did I cancel tour?
and why I canceled it. You want an explanation? So boom,
Yeah.
I'm dropping a project named St. Michael, right? What if I was to tell you that's my son's name and I canceled tour because I had to deliver my son? Y'all sitting there bashing me, saying all this crazy stuff, and here I'm just bringing my child into the world.
Trippie claimed that the birth of his son was the reason why he canceled his tour, yet the majority of fans saw through the truth. Not to mention that after taking a DNA test,
What's the
he
truth?
learned that it wasn't even his real son.
Fatherhood. I feel like we had a kid around the same time.
Bruh, I got a DNA test. I don't even got a kid.
What the? Bro, this was not for content, right? This was not for content, right?
You for real?
Co-pilot, we gotta talk. I got a question. Co-pilot, what's up?
Hey, Seasway, what's on your mind today?
Is Trippy Red a dad?
Trippy Red is not a dad.
What you mean? What do you mean, bruh?
Oh, sorry about that. Trippy Red isn't a dad. That was clarified by a DNA test.
A DNA test, bro, for real? So whose kid is the kid that he thought was his?
The child turned out to be someone else's. The mother's identity and the specifics are private, so those details aren't widely disclosed. It's a personal matter, you know?
Nah, bro, isn't the mother Coily Ray?
Yes, the mother is reportedly Coily Ray.
Now, why didn't you want to just tell me that, man? You be messy, cool, not messy, but like you be like extra, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't like. Why didn't you want to reveal that?
My bad, Seasway. I aim to keep things clear and respectful.
I bet. So, I bet.
I swear, bro.
But seeing as this was scheduled to be an arena tour, with Trippy trying to play NBA arenas such as Barclays Center, which booking too big of venues is another massive problem that we're about to get into, and for Trippy Red, he just couldn't sell as many tickets as expected. However, going back to if you believe what T-Pain said about excuses, and even some artists who use made-up health problems to hide the truth.
I needed some alone time or me time, and I needed time to spend with my family or some medical attention or something like that.
Well then, the same could also be true for Lil Durk. Durk was sick, fatigued, and tired, cited Lil Durk's manager on the cancellation of his tour. The doctor recommended that he take some time off to heal up and get ready for the rest of the year. 2 years ago, out of nowhere, Lil Durk randomly axed 24 dates out of his Sorry for the Drought tour, and despite citing his need for rest, which did happen to conveniently come a week after this TMZ report surfaced about Lil Durk in the hospital with severe dehydration, however, many fans weren't buying it. He's fine, the ticket sales were more dehydrated than him, is the real reason. Going on to point out that Durk still performed two shows in his home city of Chicago shortly after, just a cop-out to embarrassing ticket sales. These dudes think they're way bigger than they are, trying to headline arena tours. Considering that, at the time of this announcement, most of Durk's venues had only—
And I guess that's like, it reflects poorly on the kind of narcissism that these niggas, you know what I'm saying? That these guys be exhibiting. You feel me? Like, it's a bad look. It takes a knock at that stuff, that bigger than life stuff, that, I'm him, really. You know what I'm saying? Type stuff. That, you know what I'm saying? I'll pull it off. It's on me. We did it. We in here. We ain't it. Nah, you ain't nowhere, nigga. You ain't in nothing.
Only sold about—
You ain't in no venues,
40% of their tickets. While sure, exhaustion may have played a part, this was the perfect timing to escape his underperforming presale. But then, shortly after, to follow in his footsteps arrived this headline in regards to his partner in crime,
cancels 10 shows.
In addition to this viral tweet showing us exactly how many empty seats were still left, as you can see, there were a lot of blue unsold tickets. Lil Baby was then forced to cancel 10 dates of his scheduled tour. But how is Lil Baby struggling to sell tickets?
Now Lil Baby is headlining the tour, and you got
bots. Bots. That's the sound effect. My sound tripping, bro. I just gotta get used to it, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna, you know what I'm saying? We just gonna have to bear with like the verbal sound, you know what I'm saying? The verbal sound effects. So with that being said, bots. Boom. It's bots, bro. It's like, it's the kind of like perception that, you know what I'm saying, you get when you use bots. Obviously, it's like the projected amount of support that you get, or views, or monthly listeners, or this, that, bro. If you can buy that, obviously, you know what I'm saying, you can inflate that number to a point where people expect to see the projection of the same, or the projection of that kind of number physically, though. You know what I mean? And if those things don't translate, you look really terrible. You understand that? I feel like that's where we gotta take in, you know what I'm saying, the infamous unspoken rule. Don't fucking buy them bots, bro. Stop it. I'm saying, stop it. I mean, that is the corporate's game. You know what I mean? That is the corporate game. That's reserved for these corporate giants and blah blah blah. That's why these guys, you know what I'm saying, had these machines do all that for them. Buy all this fake attention. You know what I mean? Put it on these guys, and now even the real supporters, the few real supporters, you know what I'm saying, that translate to like ass on seats at these arenas. You feel me? All 10 of them real supporters. You feel me? They the ones that are also confused. I'll even, that's disrespect, bro. Like, if I was really a fan of these guys, I'd really feel disrespected, bro. Because at the same time, I'm buying the, you know what I'm saying? I want to go out to the shows. Now I'm going out to the shows, man. It's only 10 of us? Really? Nigga, I thought it was 10 million of us. Where the, you know what I'm saying, rest of the other people's at? Like,
you're supporting acts on the tour, ain't really got no slaps like that.
Gotcha.
And you're trying to sell
Arena
arenas?
seats out.
For a star like
Damn.
Lil Baby, who literally had the #1 most popular album of 2020, this was certainly strange. But there is one simple reason that will explain it all. However, if you ask Lil Durk's manager, he will tell you that the main reason behind Durk's low concert sales is due to, quote, other verticals right now that are eating into the entertainment touring. Pointing out live streamers as an example. These kids are literally vacuuming money from all these fans, and the fans are not even leaving the house. That's where the money is going.
Chat W subs! Hi XG with the 5 gifted, appreciate it.
Implying that live streamers such as Kai Cenat,
that's a rude awakening, isn't it?
are to blame for low ticket sales in rap would definitely
Is that why Lil Baby was on Max's stream? Like, he's like, man, and if that's the case, bro, isn't that culture appropriation? Let's go back to the kind of medicine that we, you know what I'm saying, y'all was trying to give Drake. Go ahead and drink y'all own medicine for a little change, man. Because at the same time, isn't it, there was the whole narrative that, you know, Drake just like connects with people, or, you know, taps in with a certain culture, or, you know, demographic of just collective of support, well, of people's collective of people that may or may not be familiar with him. He goes ahead and taps in with those just to stay relevant, right? Remember that whole talk, that whole chat? Isn't this it? Because like, Lil Baby went on Max's stream, you know, to go record a song or whatever, you know, where the whole headline or scandal was that he may had tried to scam Max, right? Remember that whole little thing? So why didn't he keep it just music, bro? Why the hell are we seeing you on stream? Matter of fact, why are we seeing all these other artists and entertainers from other industries on these streams, on these streamers platforms? Why are we seeing it? You know what I mean? Ain't that whole, I'm not saying, you know, it's good or bad what y'all doing, but it's damn near hypocritical if we're gonna turn a blind eye to that kind of thing, seeing clearly that, you know what I mean, artists like Lil Baby, you know, they tap into the reality that, oh, these streamers are taking, you know, a whole chunk of this pie, aka these fans. They're disinterested in us because they way more tapped into these streamers. Oh hell no, let's go, you know what I'm saying, let's go and appear on these streams. And then it's like, yo, Drake was doing a whole bunch of that, and y'all, you know, kick the man off his high horse, right? Talk about now he's culturally appropriate. What's this though?
Not to be my first argument, but while I suppose partially true, most would probably be thinking, is rap as a whole just on a decline? Is that why ticket sales are down and guys like Moneybagg Yo have had to cancel tours, missing out on the biggest percent of their profit? Or is something deeper going on behind the scenes? The #1 biggest factor right now behind the drop in concert attendance is the insane increase in ticket prices. Going back to Lil Baby's It's Only Us tour, besides his team's terrible promo and marketing, with many fans having no idea this was happening. As you can read though, the price for just one ticket in section 108, which keep in mind is not even on the floor, was priced at $220 for a single ticket. But just when you thought that was bad, then you add Ticketmaster's ridiculous fees.
So you guys finally see what I've been saying is factual.
They're running losses.
These are Megan Thee Stallion tickets, and look how many hidden fees Ticketmaster has slapped on there, bro.
Owned and operated by Live Nation, the fact that the world's biggest concert promoter and ticketing service is one single giant company, with control over how tickets are sold, is also a huge problem, and largely to blame. In fact, a lawsuit was literally filed last year by the United States Justice Department suing Live Nation and Ticketmaster for essentially forming a monopoly over the live concert market, with a goal to restore competition in the live concert industry and provide better choices at lower prices for fans. While I confidently think every single person watching this supports that, however, has it worked? According to Billboard, prices for concert tickets have risen by more than 32% over just the past 5 years, with the average concert ticket costing $130 in 2024, which, for reference, back in 2019, the average price was $91, a rise that outpaces inflation by a good margin. Now, keep in mind too that the typical demographic of a rapper's fanbase tends to be on the younger side, and with an already struggling economy, the truth is a lot of kids just simply can't afford to pay these ticket prices, like coughing up $220 to watch Lil Baby rap over a backing track.
And therefore it gets way easier to just like tap into like the stream indoors, you know what I'm saying? You cut all that cost of having to travel to a physical venue, you know what I'm saying? Getting out of your comfort zone, it's more cost to like have a good time when y'all get there. You know what I'm saying? It's all cost, bro. Like accommodating the people that probably you trying to invite, or just, you know, all that, bro.
Or Playboy Cardi scream a few words and then dip.
This nigga's not doing nothing.
But although lazy performances are a totally different problem that we'll also see in a sec, the question still remains: why are concert tickets so expensive now? And more importantly, how can we fix them? Everything is way higher, answers Lil Durk's manager, whose last name I won't even attempt. Staffing is way higher, and airplane tickets are nuts. You've got gas prices going up, every element has gone up, and that has to be passed on to the consumer. It's no secret that prices for everything have been on a constant rise. And while expenses were also the main reason why Little Sims sadly had to cancel her entire tour in 2022, having the guts though to share with fans that, as an independent artist, funding her tour would leave her in a financial deficit.
And then, out of the blue, she tweeted, "Hey guys, due to unforeseen circumstances, I've been left with no option but to reschedule my US tour. Being an independent artist, I pay for everything, encompassing my live performances, out of my own pocket, and touring the US for a month would leave me in a huge deficit." For her to kind of just tweet that is very heartbreaking.
But besides your obvious rise in overall inflation and expenses, the concert ticket resale market is the second biggest nightmare fans face today. Despite Ticketmaster's numerous attempts to crack down on bots, resellers continue to evolve their software and invest a pretty penny into buying professional-grade tools that make their bots even faster, allowing them to buy more tickets than one sluggish human could. Thus, this results in way higher prices when they later go on resale, often multiple hundreds of dollars more, locking out the real fans who can't afford them.
Hey, you want to go see Michael Jackson tonight? How much is the ticket? It's like $10, I think. Pricey, but sure. Nice. Let me look up the ticket prices. That's a bargain. Okay.
It is commonly said that one of the best tests to determine the true size of an artist's fanbase is through physical ticket sales. Because here in 2025, you can have millions of followers and quote-unquote fans on social media, but when it's then time to go and book a show, how many people will actually show up?
Walk up?
Well, in the case of Smoke Perp in this viral clip right here, about 6 or 7.
6? Man, what the fuck are we doing? What? Man, hell nah, bro.
Despite his 3.5 million followers on Instagram,
that's what I'm saying.
In 2022, former SoundCloud legend Smoke Perp was clowned all over the internet after performing to an audience that couldn't even pack out a high school bathroom. And while yes, it is also the concert promoter's job to promote and sell tickets, the reason why we see so many rappers cancel their tours nowadays is to avoid turning into viral memes like Smoke Perp. One of the biggest advocates behind exposing the truth of the music industry is rapper Russ, who had this to say: "Don't be mad at me selling out arenas cause your favorite artist can't. Y'all start trying to make excuses and do all sort of mental gymnastics in an attempt to figure out the disconnect. They're faking their streams, which is why the ticket sales don't match the streams. Simple. But stay out of my mentions with this stupidity."
The reality is the labels are spending money and, you know, devil's advocate, they're treating it like a marketing expense. Because in a sense, it
I remember
almost
his
is.
videos too.
You're gonna spend 100 grand on billboards. You're gonna spend 100 grand on streams.
Right.
Now, Russ's main theory stems back to faking streams, and while there's definitely an argument to be had there, with computerized bots yet again in play,
Look at this,
one thing
bro.
is for sure. Music streams do not equal ticket sales. Although, yes, stars like Beyonce and Taylor Swift are having no problem selling out shows, seeing as the Eras Tour was literally the most profitable concert tour in music history. Meanwhile though, as the New York Post even reports, it's not just rappers that are struggling. Basically, if you're not Taylor Swift, Beyonce, or Kendrick Lamar levels, from Jennifer Lopez, Bad Bunny, and Justin Timberlake to name a few, the whole—
And now imagine how many people are not at, you know, the elite level with this thing. It's like literally millions.
industry has took a hit.
Yeah, millions.
And insane ticket prices aside, as so many casual mainstream fans nowadays just hear a song that they like on TikTok or the radio for a few weeks until the next trending sound takes over, the truth is, this rarely leads to a connection close enough for them to want to go see the artist in person. Not to mention too that ever since the COVID pandemic, the concert market has honestly been oversaturated. You never before had a moment in time where all the horses lined up at the starting gate, and they all went on the road at the same time. Following the pandemic and lockdown, every artist was itching to get back on the road. And combined with a large chunk of fans not having an income or job during lockdown, with so many artists on tour now and endless shows, fans only have a limited amount of time and money we can spend, unfortunately resulting in diminishing demand for less established names.
Now it's getting to—
But the beautiful thing about it is that it's more genuine, bro. I feel like let it get to that point. Like, let it diminish, bro. But then at least we know how many people really fuck with you. And since you got, you know, the accurate people, well, you know, the accurate amount of people that really fuck with you, like, genuinely, you can build off of that. You know what I'm saying? You can build the value from that. Then multiply. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't think it's something to be ashamed of personally. It's just something to just learn from. You know what I'm saying? Really take the wake-up call kind of like seriously.
to a saturation point, clearly, because everybody's announcing their tour this year or next year. So now fans have a lot of choices to pick from. Plus, they have these festivals. Now they're choosing to go to here versus here. They're making their choices.
As academics also alluded to, besides your endless options of who to buy tickets for, the fact that fans can see all of their favorite artists perform at musical festivals throughout the year, such as Rolling Loud for example, although sure it's not quite the same as an entire full set, or maybe you don't like festivals, if it means you paying the same price though, but getting to see 30 more artists you like rather than just one, why would anyone not do that?
Why would somebody pay to go see you singular as a solo act on an arena tour for $200 just for decent seats? Why would they pay you $200 individually when they could pay $300 for a full-blown festival with names all over the place?
Just last month in July, it was announced that Ken Carson's scheduled Lord of Chaos tour had officially been canceled. And despite talk of an upcoming Opium tour being the reason, of course, this still hasn't stopped rumors of the cancellation being because of low ticket sales. Along with Ken swinging for the fences and trying to do arena shows, as my friend Aaron Speaking also points out,
if I could spend $300 to see damn near 30 artists over the weekend, including Ken Carson, why would I spend $300 to see just Ken Carson? Yeah, those openers, don't get me wrong, but you get what I'm saying, bro. Like, is it really worth it?
Is it really worth it is the big question that we are left with today. And unless you're an A-list...
Not given the context that, you know what I'm saying, that we see now here.
Star like Travis Scott or Drake, for example, a lot of people are answering no. At this point, as sad as it is, there is no denying the decline in rap show attendance. However, with that being said, how can we fix this big problem? In my opinion, there are 3 key factors which rappers need to immediately consider if they want to start selling more tickets.
What's that?
The first and most obvious is simply to make better music. Typical robot behavior for artists is to announce a new tour for fans after releasing a new album. But
nothing more truthful than that. And that's a nervous ass grin from this guy, knowing damn well that if the shoe fits, you know he throwing it on. He throwing that shit all the way on,
rapper from earlier, when he announced his Big Day tour, which was in support of his terrible Big Day album that totally flopped, as you could guess, nobody wanted to go watch him perform any of those songs.
Oh, I love my wife. I love my wife. Let's go ride a bike.
That's crazy.
With my wife.
What? Let's go ride a bike.
So
with
if
her,
you drop
though?
a mid-album, that is not enticing at all for fans to want to come buy tickets, especially if they've already seen you. But what about on the operations side? What can artists do today? Besides being more strategic with the timing of their tours and not oversaturating them, if you really want to sell out your shows, or at least come close, then in my opinion, most importantly, you have to book the right size venues. In addition to rappers like Ken Carson and Trippie Redd, who we already covered, today we watch countless artists and their teams overestimate hype and demand for their tours and then go on to book these huge venues, such as the Barclays Center, thinking it will sell out, only for seats to sit empty for weeks and the show having to get cancelled. Trust me, as a fan, nobody cares if you perform in an arena with 19,000 people.
Nobody.
Or a 500-person theater. If you put on a great performance, that's all that matters. Plus, to be honest, personally I prefer smaller venues anyway, as they not only feel more personal and close, but the sound is usually way better too. And some of the best tours ever have been in small capacity venues. Which then brings us to our third and final point. If you want to sell more tickets, then simply put on a better show. Rather than just letting your music play over the speakers while you stand and walk around on stage, the reason why someone like Travis Scott can sell out a show in a few minutes is because he literally tweaks out experiences. From riding roller coasters over the crowd,
so tweak out
during his Astro World tour, to then someone like
Don't
Drake
give a fuck,
suspending
go
this yellow
crazy.
Ferrari on his run with the Migos,
Whoa,
or
that's
Kanye West's
crazy.
iconic St. Pablo stage design. The more immersive of a live show experience you can make, the better, and definitely the more memorable for fans. Unless
Facts.
rappers can give fans a reason to leave the house with genuine music and concerts that they can actually afford, then these empty seats will just keep multiplying. However, when performances become unforgettable and the venues fit the proper demand, these canceled tours will turn right back into sold-out dates.
Nah, facts.
Y'all, I think Ice Spice might be in trouble.
How poor is this Ice Spice tour that they rationing out chicken salad? That the production team is so tight that they rationing out chicken salad?
Just a few years ago, she was a viral phenomenon with cosigns from some of the biggest superstars in the music industry. But now, the entire world has turned against her, and Ice Spice's stock has crashed out. Is her career really already over?
That's a damn shame.
That's exactly why we're doing a full-scale breakdown on Ice Spice's rapid rise and her even faster fall off.
Let's get
How
it.
exactly did she go viral in the first place? Why did Ice Spice call Nicki Minaj delusional and ungrateful? And was Taylor Swift actually ever her friend? Or did she exploit Ice Spice for an insane PR opportunity? We've even dug through some of Ice Spice's leaked text messages to give you the full picture of her messiest fallout with two of her closest day one friends. Why are so many people in Ice's inner circle turning against her? Finally, we're gonna take a closer look at how Ice Spice's bad business moves helped destroy her reputation. Does she have any chance at a comeback? And is her beef with Cardi B about to be the final nail in Ice Spice's coffin?
She used to send me little like snippets and, you know, over iMessage and stuff. And I used to be like, damn, like I just had a feeling that like this could really go somewhere.
Before the world knew her as Ice Spice, she was just a girl from the Bronx named Isis Gaston. In fact, Isis's early years sounded pretty normal, honestly. While she was growing up in New York, her dad hustled as an underground rapper. And Ice said that her dad's love of hip hop is what got her into rapping in the first place.
In the crib or on the way to school and everything, he would be on some, let me hear something, and always trying to like feel me, like push me to do something. And or like if I would tell him about girls that I didn't really with in school, he would be like, write a rap about them.
But the rapper who really
I wonder what Ice Spice's ethnicity is though, bro.
inspired Ice.
She's giving mixed. Let me see something.
Hello.
Yo,
What's on
co-pilot. Yo. What's Ice Spice's ethnicity?
Ice Spice is of mixed ethnicity. Her father is African American and her mother is Dominican, so she's Afro-Latina. Cool blend, right?
Spice was none other than Nicki Minaj. Quote, when I saw Nicki, I was so mesmerized. She's the first female rapper that I seen. And ever since then, I was kinda set on what I wanted to be. Who knew that one day Ice Spice would damn near fumble everything by beefing with her idol, but we'll get back to that later. Ice's career really started to take off after she dropped out of college. That's when she linked up with ReWAD USA, a New York music producer who locked—
Of course, nigga. You drop out of school, you think you're gonna meet some, good influences. It's all bad influences.
in to create Ice Spice's signature sound. If you heard any of Ice's music, you've probably also heard Riot's producer tag.
Stop playing with them, Riot.
But in August of 2022 is when Ice Spice and Riot USA blew the fuck up. After dropping their new single Munch, the whole damn industry lined up to show support. It also didn't hurt that Riot had deep family ties to the music industry. His dad, DJ Enough, worked as Biggie Small's road DJ, and he's been spinning records at Hot 97 for years. Worldstar premiered the Munch music video, and Drake tapped in to play the song on his radio station. Right away, Munch became a viral sensation. Munch went platinum while mainstream outlets started crediting Ice Spice with starting a sexy drill trend. By the end of the summer, Ice Spice had signed a label deal with 10K Projects that reportedly got her a $3 million payday. I mean, $3 million after going viral off one song? Not bad. Not bad at all. Just like that, Ice Spice had become overnight famous and a millionaire, all off of one song.
Talking about?
Not everybody gets to like actually make a hit, and even for me, I was just like, damn, I got a hit. Like, that's crazy.
But it didn't take long for things to get controversial. In February of 2023, Matt Healy, the lead singer for the 1985, made some pretty wild, out-of-pocket comments about Ice Spice on a podcast.
What are you talking about?
She's like this rapper. She's the rapper that has one Inuit Spice Girl. Just this chubby Chinese lady.
Fans were pissed off. They accused Healy of being racist and trying to bully a new artist. Even crazier is that Ice Spice had previously said that she was a huge fan of his music.
I listen to alternative music. I feel like a lot of people wouldn't expect that. Yeah, shout out Coldplay, the 1975, obsessed with them.
During a concert in New Zealand 2 months later, Matt Healy told the crowd, quote, "I don't want Ice Spice to think I'm a dick. I love you, Ice Spice." But what made the situation way more complicated was that Healy was dating Taylor Swift, who is obviously the world's biggest pop star in the world. And her boyfriend saying some racist stuff about Ice Spice meant that Taylor was facing a potential PR disaster. That was until she decided to invite Ice Spice to make music with her. According to
that actually happened? Never was aware of it. I
Rolling Stone, Ice Spice got the news from her manager. Quote, he's like, "Taylor Swift has a record for you to get on from her album. I'm playing it cool on the phone. I'm like, oh, that's cool, super cool. And then I hang up the phone and I'm hysterically crying. I'm in my walk-in closet and I'm like, bro, this is not real life." Their collab, the Karma remix, was a massive hit that peaked at #2 on the Hot 100. Taylor Swift even brought Ice out as a surprise guest on her stadium-sized $1 billion grossing Eras tour. But right from the jump, some fans thought there was something shady about the sudden Taylor Swift-Ice Spice love affair. Taylor was accused of bringing out Ice Spice as a form of damage control so people would look the other way about her boyfriend's racist remarks. Ice herself got pressed on the issue during an interview.
This R-word activity yo man, this R-word activity is getting real corny, bro. Yo man, come on, bro. Y'all can like at this point, anything can be like flipped into like some R-word like type scandalous type shit.
Insisted that her friendship with
unless obviously I'm talking out the side of my neck or out my ass and it's all my ignorance, and he really went in. Like, yo, ain't no excuse for that, but yo, okay, let me just say I'm really tired of like hearing about racism.
Taylor was actually genuine. Quote, "Why would she not want to be my friend? Taylor f***s with me. She's so funny. I think our personalities mesh really well." Ice Spice even forgave Matt Healy for his comments about her appearance, claiming that she was, quote, "still a huge fan." And while Ice continued to hang out with Taylor...
Matt Healy? What controversial comments did Matt Healy? Is it Matt Healy? Man, Copilot will correct me if I'm wrong. Copilot.
You're not wrong at all. I'm Copilot.
Look.
How can I help?
Yeah. I'm saying Matt Healy, right? What controversial statements did Matt Healy make towards Ice Spice?
Matty Healy made some controversial remarks about Ice Spice in a podcast back in February 2023. He was criticized for agreeing with racially insensitive comments made by the podcast hosts about her. He later apologized for his comments during a concert, saying he didn't want Ice Spice to think he's a bad person. Do you have any thoughts on this?
What are these controversial takes that were said by the podcast host?
The podcast hosts made offensive jokes about Ice Spice's ethnicity and background, and Matty Healy didn't challenge those comments, which led to criticism. The specific remarks were perceived as racially insensitive and disrespectful, which sparked backlash.
So people went against Matty Healy for not defending Ice Spice when the podcast host was the one going crazy on Ice Spice. Now that's shallow. That's too shallow for me to take interest in this. It is what it is. Fuck it.
Taylor Swift in public, some fans thought the whole setup seemed a little fishy, almost as if Taylor was using Ice Spice as a prop in order to make herself look better.
Yeah.
You've done records with Nicki and with Taylor.
Yeah.
Which fan base is more intense? We'll say intense. We want to be respectful. The
Yeah.
Swifties or the Barbs?
That's hard. I think they're equally intense.
While her Taylor Swift link-up might have gotten Ice Spice a huge hit record, it also made her look like she could be easily manipulated. And things got even more complicated when Ice Spice started working with her biggest hero. In April of 2023, Ice Spice linked up with the so-called queen of rap herself, Nicki Minaj. Their collab record, the Princess Diana remix,
This nigga said so-called,
earned Ice Spice another platinum plaque and a top 10 charting hit single. Working with Nicki was a major passing of the torch moment. Not only did Nicki have a reputation for being fiercely competitive when it came to other female rappers, but Ice Spice had shouted out Nicki numerous times. Between their shared New York roots and Princess Diana doing major numbers, it seemed like Nicki might actually have selected a heir to her throne. And this was big news, especially since Nicki had a long history of beefing with other up-and-coming female rappers. Nicki and Ice Spice decided to double down on their chemistry for the Barbie movie soundtrack. Their next collab, Barbie World, was another huge success. It charted on the Billboard Top 10, got a Grammy nomination for Best Rap Song, and earned Ice Spice a Hollywood-sized bag. But Barbie World is also when it started to go left for Nicki and Ice Spice. Behind the scenes, there were two major business issues that threatened to split these two apart. In May of 2024, one of Ice Spice's day one friends, Baby Storm, began to leak private texts between her and Ice. In some of those texts, Ice Spice was venting to her about her relationship to Nicki. In one exchange, she compared Nicki to her own mom and called her delusional and ungrateful. Ice blasted Nicki for allegedly trying to get publishing from all of Ice's songs, including songs that she might write for other artists. Ice Spice even claimed that she felt snakes by the whole situation since she was the one who allegedly brought Nicki Minaj onto the Barbie soundtrack. Quote, Barbie asked me to do it alone, but since that's her brand, I invited her on and she doesn't even see that as me bringing her something. It sounded a lot like Nicki was trying to take advantage of Ice Spice's bag behind the scenes. Ice Spice even said that she thought Nicki was jealous because she owned her own masters and that she decided to cut Nicki off. Even though these texts were private, the leak was still a major bombshell. If Nicki was the queen of rap, Ice Spice was fast-tracked to being the princess. But instead of being Nicki's new protege, Ice Spice was now public enemy number one, especially among the Barbs, Nicki's die-hard fan base. The Nicki Minaj
they probably ripped her apart, didn't they?
debacle may have been over some business shit, but it also made people think twice about Ice's loyalty.
I don't really care like what people are assuming and stuff like that. So for me, I just don't want to keep explaining certain things because I'm like, I don't care what people think.
Especially since Baby Storm was exposing even more details about her personal life. Baby Storm claimed that Ice Spice used to bully her and alleged that she hated dark-skinned people. She also exposed Ice Spice for allegedly
Oh snap, I did hear about that. Oh snap, I did hear about that on like I think Ack was talking about it. You know, the fact that she was going at like dark-skinned girls. I'm saying really pettily messy. It's crazy.
dating her producer Riot USA and claimed that Ice had cheated on him by sleeping with Lil TJ. But Storm also said that Riot was actually the quote mastermind behind her career and the one who pushed her to rap. And since Ice Spice pretty much exclusively works with Riot, Baby Storm may have been onto something. But beyond leaking Ice Spice's text and exposing her love life, Baby Storm claimed that Isis is actually super jealous of Lotto. Quote, Lotto rose to fame because of her talent and
Damn, and they look like twins too, I'm not gonna lie.
Talent only. Isis rose to fame because she sold her soul. She knew that she would never have a fraction of the amount of talent Lotto has. And while Ice Spice's personal life was in shambles, her music just wasn't doing the numbers that it used to. In summer of 2024, Ice dropped her debut album, Y2K. But But despite tapping high-profile features from Travis Scott and Central C, Y2K only managed to move 28,000 units in its first week. After all those platinum plaques, it looked like Ice Spice had gone from viral phenomenon to a mainstream dud. Fans also started to notice a disturbing pattern when it came to Ice's lyrics. To put it simply, she just loved to rap about shit. And by shit, I mean literal shit, like poop. I mean, the title of the album's lead single is Thank You to Shit Fart. Thank you to shit, bitch. You're not even a fart. Yo, the amount of times I heard that shit in my fucking gym was crazy, bro. That shit was crazy. And on the album cut BB Fell, Ice Spice went even deeper on the poop bars.
That's
Quote,
crazy
I'm as
word.
poopy, but I never smell. And on yet another track called Plenty Sun, quote, Birdie took a fake perk, now he got tummy runs. And look, I can't say definitively if rapping.
What? What's this obsession with diarrhea that she got? You think she got like chronic diarrhea or some shit? Because obviously, you know what I mean? Like, your mind is going to reference back the things that really be going on. That's why, you know, the mind has a really interesting way of like latching onto things. And that subsequently just like exposes like what the mind be engaging in the whole time. Hey, it might just be, I'm just saying, it might just be, you know, some chronic diarrhea kind of case. I don't know. If that's the case, bro, that would be terrible.
Rapping about poop all the time made Ice Spice's sales tank, but it's possible. More than anything though, fans seem to agree that Ice Spice's novelty had dried up. Back in 2022, she was at the front of the sexy drill wave. But by the time Y2K dropped, her buzz had completely fizzled and her creative partnership with Riot USA just felt more.
Another thing, bro, I think she had like a weak work ethic. What y'all think? What do y'all think?
More of the same. Some critics accused Ice Spice of being a one-dimensional artist who just had one gimmick. And by 2024, just a year and a half into Ice Spice's career, that gimmick felt beyond played out. Ice Spice's first album was supposed to be a major moment, but instead, it was just a flash in the pan.
I told my friend something and she just turned it around. Like, I guess she didn't like that I even spoke up. And that was kind of
Ice Spice, the friend.
Yeah.
And it didn't help that
damn, that voice, she got that voice, no.
Another one of Ice Spice's day ones decided to expose her. Just months after Y2K dropped, Cleotrapa, a longtime friend of Ice, unloaded a series of accusatory TikToks. For over an
Oh yeah, isn't that where Ice Spice was talking about like somebody be looking like a monkey or something?
Our Cleotrapa described how Ice Spice was a fake friend who allegedly denied her a food budget on tour and apparently mistreated her. She claimed that Ice would go out to dinner at steakhouses while leaving Cleotrapa to starve. Cleotrapa even compared Ice Spice's tour bus to a quote slave ship and implied that Ice treated her as a quote token black friend. Ice Spice responded to Cleotrapa's allegations, claiming that they were blown way out of proportion.
Like, I'm noticing a pattern, bro. And this is sad because I genuinely was trying to help her. Like, you not gonna tell the people how we was at an Italian restaurant and you ate so much fucking food, you fucking vacuumed?
Oh, you fat vacuum, yeah, I remember
that. The server was like, where did the food go?
That's fucking foul, sheesh. But between Cleotrapa's crash out and the leaked text from Baby Storm, Ice Spice didn't get a lot of sympathy from fans. The leaked text and insider accounts made Ice Spice look like a mean girl and a bully. And to make things even worse, Ice had a few famous friends willing to step in and defend her. Just a year later, Ice had Taylor Swift and Nicki Minaj by her side, but times had changed. Taylor had obviously moved on, and Nicki clearly didn't rock with her. Plus, Ice may have made a huge mistake by trying to beef with other female rappers. When Ice dropped the song BB Belt, fans interpreted the lyrics as a sneak diss towards Cardi B. Quote, thinks she pretty but changing her face, falling behind like pick up the pace, it was funny till I took her place. Cardi seemed to think the exact same thing because she shot back on social media damn near instantaneously. Quote, these bitches have absolutely lost their mind. I'm getting my lick back on my album too, on each one of you bitches. If Nicki was still cool with Ice Spice, this whole situation may have turned out a whole lot better. I've already done a full breakdown on Nicki's long-running beef with Cardi. Nicki may have actually been pleased to see her protege shoot back at her biggest stop, but now that Ice Spice was exclusively on her dolo, there was nobody around to give her cover fire. On the 2025 song Magnet, Cardi called Ice Spice a slow-faced bitch. Whose place you taking? My spot's forever, like a Dalmatian. And calling someone slow-faced is That's pretty crazy, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
and
that's
if you
crazy
look on
work.
social media, there's almost nobody riding for Ice Spice. Her fans seem to agree that she's washed, her music is stuck in a rut, and that she really has no chance of going toe-to-toe with Cardi. And then there's also been reports that Ice Spice has been fumbling her business badly. Just months ago during a New Year's Eve set in Brisbane, Australia, Ice Spice got on stage 25 minutes late into a 30-minute set. That means she had just 5 minutes to perform 2 songs, leaving fans super unsatisfied. Just 2 years ago, Ice Spice was supposed to be the industry's breakout star. From magazine covers to huge festival slots, everything was going in her favor. But instead of keeping the momentum up, Ice Spice lost everybody. Her high-profile cosigns, her day one friends, and her fans. And with nobody to back her up, Ice Spice really needs to switch up big time in order to get her stock back. Does she have what it takes, or is it just already too late? And if you want to take a deep dive into another viral star who crashed out way too soon, I've already done a full breakdown on Lil Nas X's epic downfall. Stay locked in, more rap lore on the way.
Jones. Monday morning, July 15, 2019. Yo, bro, can you just cut the AC? Yeah, can you just cut the AC on there, bro? Thanks, man. I just found a free beat. Oh, it's not the beat that I wanted for this script.
It's red room season. Reminisce red, it's my aura tweaking. Yo, remember day when my brain was bleeding. Reminisce red, the blood of Jesus. The playing field done became even. My red healing. Reminisce red, I'm all in your head. It begins from the dimension in the dome, so fuck what Simon said. Came so and conquered, I'll conjure this monster before shit get weird. It's uncommon, you rolled with calmness, fucked it up, then back to bed. Yo, nigga different, better start taking it as a big deal, nigga drip, drip. Heard you and some homies, spotted pure magic straight from the Brody. No point in crying, no spilled milk. Your actions at the bendo, came with some crucial positive info. Realize the power you can't wait. Always saw the need to meditate, creating scarlet pages for better day. It's a journey you can't trip. Remnant red, remnant red, remnant red robe season. Reminisce red, it's my aura tweaking. Remember day when my brain was bleeding. Reminisce red, the blood of Jesus. The playing field done became even. My red healing.